Every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Michael K. is on the radio today, and he ain't afraid to say what he's thinking. It's the Michael K. Show on 880 ESPN Radio.
And good afternoon, everybody. This is indeed the Michael K. Show. We thank you for joining us on this Monday. Yeah, it's December 1st, 2025. Me and you for two. Those are the rules of engagement here on the show. The fastest 2 hours in sports talk radio. And you are a part of it. You're the co-host. You know the whole deal. Now, if you are watching on our YouTube channel, ESPN New York YouTube channel, I have decorated the set. Oh, yeah. Over my left shoulder is a couple of beautiful poinsettias. One white, one red. Just to get into the spirit, the holiday spirit. Then some Christmas lights underneath that. Yeah, we're ready. We want to get you in the spirit. We'll take you right to Christmas. So we thank you for making this trip with us, starting on December 1st. So this could serve as your video advent calendar. One day, boom, 24 more days to Christmas. So, was it Christmas yesterday for the Jets? No. But a win is a win is a win. So they get a long field goal of 55 yards from Nick Folk, and they beat the Falcons 27-24. Now, was this a game where you hang on the rim? No, they didn't play that well. And they had a stupid false start penalty right before the kick. I don't think they handled the last 30 seconds well. I don't know why they were, using a timeout and then running a play. It made no sense the way they were doing it, but, winning is the great deodorant. So we don't look at all the problems they had. We look at the fact that they won the game. Because even before the field goal, well, the Falcons had the ball because the Jets didn't move the ball at 24-24. Looked like the Falcons were going to move the ball and win the game on a field goal. And Kirk Cousins threw 3 perfect passes. Perfect. That were dropped by Falcon players. 3 different players dropped. You couldn't have thrown it better. So the Jet defense was not great. The Jets still don't have an interception. Amazing. Through all these games, they still don't have an interception. And the Falcons are bad because they're bad. There's no accidents here. No accidents in life. When you don't play well and you make unforced errors and you make physical errors like the Falcons did, you end up losing the game. And they wasted a really good performance by Bijan Robinson, who the Jets could not stop. But the Jets won. So winning is the great deodorant. Not going to sit here and rip them. We're beyond that point. They still have not been officially eliminated. But for the most part, they're not a great team. So they go to 3-9. The one thing that I don't get is that there are some Jet fans out there that are angry that they're ruining their draft position by winning. Stop it. Stop it. The Titans are awful. Nobody's going to lose more than the Titans, even the Giants. So just stop the nonsense. And there's nobody that's so unbelievable out there that you'd have to have the first pick. I don't think they're getting their quarterback this year in this upcoming draft. I just don't. Does Mendoza really excite you? I don't know. We'll see how he does against Ohio State's defense, which shut down Michigan in that big game on Saturday. But that probably is the best quarterback out there. So you want the Jets to lose on purpose? That's the one thing about tanking. Players are not going to do it. They got to put stuff on tape. They want to continue their career. They want to continue their career either with the Jets or outside the Jets. So you think they're going to lose on purpose? How you could get hurt if you don't play 100%? If you play less than maximum effort, there's a good chance you'll get more hurt than if you played at maximum effort. But when you watch the Jets and you watch Taylor quarterback the Jets, it does make you wonder why they stayed with Justin Fields as long as they did. maybe we would not be in this situation where they're 3-9. Maybe we wouldn't. Maybe we would not be in that situation where they are 3-9. That's the problem. If he was the quarterback instead of Justin Fields all those games, they might have 2 more wins. And we'd be looking at the culture change that they talk about a little bit differently. Because isn't 5-7 a whole lot better than 3-9? Think about it. So I'm not going to kill them. They didn't play great, but there are a lot of games coming up that they can win. Remember, at the beginning of the year, we thought the Jets would have a decent year because they didn't have a really tough schedule. We thought the Giants would have less of a record than the Jets because the Giants' schedule was awful. It was really, really tough. But the bottom line is the Jets did use Fields, and they realized that they were wrong in their quarterback evaluation. And that's the thing that worries me the most about the Jets as we move forward. Their quarterback evaluation was not good. Now, they signed him to a contract that's not going to hurt them. $30 million guaranteed over 2 years, not going to crush them. It's not. But I will tell you this. They misread it. They misread it. If they had gone with Taylor, who was already signed, they'd have a better record. But they thought that maybe they'd find this gem, this diamond in the rough, that had failed in 2 other places, and they turned Justin Fields into a really good quarterback. They weren't able to do it. They weren't able to do it. So that's where we stand right now. The Jets win, and the Giants play tonight against the Patriots. Now, I've seen some interesting stories. One of them was in The Athletic, that the only way that Mike Kafka could keep the job and be considered for the job next year would be if they beat the Patriots. Why? Why would this game have any impact whatsoever on whether or not he keeps the job or not? That doesn't make sense to me. You should do a full-fledged, big-time search for a big-time coach. And then after that search, if you keep coming back to Kafka, then go with him. Although I don't know how you could have a big-time search and then decide to go with a neophyte. Because their forays into the neophytes haven't worked well. Brian Dable didn't work well. Joe Judge didn't work well. Pat Shermer wasn't a neophyte, but he didn't work well. Ben McAdoo didn't work well. So let's get a big-time coach with some credentials. I don't care if they beat the Patriots tonight by 20. How does that mean that Mike Kafka is going to keep his job? How? I don't understand thinking like that. Now, they've got a better chance than they did the previous couple of weeks. Although Jameis Winston played well, they've got their dynamic quarterback back behind center in Jackson Dart. Let's see what they do against a really good Patriot team that right now is tied with the Broncos for the best record in the AFC. Let's see what they do. In all likelihood, they're not winning this game. But putting that out there, well, if he wins this game, you know, there's a chance he might keep the job. Okay, what if he wins this game and then the rest of the games he gets crushed? How does this game have any impact whatsoever on what he's doing the rest of the way or whether or not they should keep him? Stuff like that I don't get. I don't get comments like that. He is an interim coach. They've played hard for him. There's a new defensive coordinator after he fired the old one. We'll see what they do. Seems like he handles himself well with the media, but is that what you want to go to next? That's the question. No matter what they do today, is that what you want to go to next? 1-800-919-3776. That's the number, as we want to bring in the co-host as soon as we can. Now, the biggest story out there happens to be a college football story. And it's that Lane Kiffin, after dragging the process along for a long, long time, decided to leave Ole Miss. And Ole Miss is definitely going to the college football playoff. So that means that Ole Miss has a chance to win a national championship. He's leaving to take all the riches from LSU. But here's what I don't get. he's acting like the aggrieved party. He's saying, well, he wanted to stay, and he wanted to coach the team through the college football playoffs and try to win a national championship, but the AD wouldn't allow him to do that. Is Lane Kiffin sniffing something? Why would they allow him to stay with the team when they know that he's going to take over for one of their arch rivals, LSU? So in the month that he's coaching his players, the ones that still have eligibility left, he's going to be trying to recruit them to LSU. He's going to be recruiting for LSU while there'll be nobody recruiting for Ole Miss. Why would he think that that's the thing to do? Why? Did he want to assuage his guilt? Did he want to somehow feel better about himself that he didn't leave a team that had a chance at a national championship? It's ridiculous that it's even a factor that we're even talking about it. I don't know who came up with it, and I'd give credit if I knew. But the best thing is if your husband wants a divorce and he's got his next wife all lined up, but he wants to stay living in the house through Christmas just for the kid's sake. Just for the kid's sake. If you were the wife, would you let him stay? And Lane Kiffin kept saying, well, the players want me to stay. Well, the kids might want daddy to stay too, but that's not the thing to do. Daddy gets out. Daddy decided to leave. Let him leave. Let him leave. But there's something wrong. There's something broken in college football. And I don't understand how it's allowed to continue to happen. It is such a broken system. I've said this over and over and over through the years, working with Don and with Peter. It's like the wild, wild west. And when you see Lane Kiffin do what he did, that's why I don't feel that bad that all the power has shifted to the players now, where they get up and leave after 1 year, where they say, how much? I'm up for bid. Because that's what coaches have done for years. They're the ones riding on the backs of the players, right? They're the ones riding on the backs of the players that would move up and take another job and not care about what they left behind. Now the players have that. And the whole system stinks. It's no longer college athletics. It's minor league football. And that's okay. But let's not try to put lipstick on a pig and say student athletes. They're not students anymore. Now when they can leave a school after 1 year, not lose a year, go to the next school, get $10 million, do not pass go, whatever the case may be. College athletics doesn't exist the way it used to. But I don't care anymore because the players have the right to say how much and how long. Because that's what Lane Kiffin just did. But here's where the system is really broken. You ready for this? The early signing period for high school players is Wednesday. That's why he had to leave, because he wants to recruit high school players at LSU right away. But he would be doing that if Ole Miss allowed him to stay. That's number one. The transfer portal opens on January 6th. Why? Why aren't those dates moved back? Why doesn't the NCAA, which is the most inept organization that you'll ever want to even encounter, why don't they say nobody can hire a coach, nobody can talk to a coach, nobody can interview a coach until the college football playoffs are done? Nobody. But instead they have this, where a coach is leaving a program that has a chance to win a national championship. Now, Rick Pitino, who has jumped around in his time, job to job, he even put it out there on social media. Well, let me get this straight. I'm the coach of St. John's. I might be the number one seed. I'm going to the March Madness, and I have a chance to win a national championship, and I'm going to leave and take another job? That's the way college football is set up right now. It's an absolute abomination. And I give Keith Carter, the AD at Ole Miss, credit. He told Lane Kiffin, go take a hike. That's what he did. He told him to take a hike, and that's the only thing you can do. Now, I'm not even blaming Lane Kiffin. He has never been the most squeaky clean guy in the world. Remember, he left Tennessee after 1 year. He signed at Tennessee for 1 year, then went to USC. He has banged around. Now, he did spend 6 years at Ole Miss and actually did well there, 55-19 in a school that doesn't historically do well. And this is their best season ever. And they did have a chance to win a national championship. But he took the money. And the facilities at LSU, and I think they give him a $25 million NIL budget. So he could turn that into a winner right away. But how about this? How about the noxious atmosphere of college sports? You ready for this? LSU, in the new contract, which is going to pay him over $100 million, they agreed. This is unbelievable. You'll be shocked when you hear this. They agreed that they would pay him the bonuses that he was going to get at Ole Miss if they won rounds in the national championship or the college football playoffs. And if they end up winning the national championship, LSU is going to give him the $1 million that he would have earned at Ole Miss. Can you believe this? That's how noxious this sport is. So LSU is going to pay him if Ole Miss wins the national championship without him. And Jimmy Sexton is his agent. And Jimmy Sexton runs college sports. He runs coaching. And he always has leverage because he always has the next guy that you might want. The fact that Jimmy Sexton asked for this is unbelievable. And that Lane Kiffin allowed him to ask for it. I mean, talk about gluttony. Absolute gluttony. Think about it. You're getting $100 million, and that's not enough. So you want the $1 million in bonuses that you would have had if you stayed at Ole Miss. Amazing. Amazing. The hubris of an individual to ask for that when you're getting about $12 to $14 million a year. You need the $1 million bonus if Ole Miss does something without you. If you wanted that bonus so badly, Lane, you could have stayed at Ole Miss. It's amazing. What a world we live in. And one other thing. There's some talk now that Ole Miss might not get into the college football playoffs because, hey, they're not the same team, because they don't have the same head coach, and their offensive coordinator, Charlie Weiss Jr., he went with Lane Kiffin to LSU. So they've lost some assistant coaches and the coach. So they're not the same team. You're going to screw these kids out of making the national championship or making the college football playoffs? That's what you're going to do? You're actually going to do that because the coach decided to up and leave. You better not. You better not. Ole Miss better be in the college football playoffs. If that happens, then college sports, college football has to be blown up. Has to be blown up. Now, I've seen it before where a key player gets hurt, and all of a sudden they say, well, it's not the same team that won 11-1, so we're not gonna rate them as highly, or we put them. I think that's wrong too. A win is a win is a win. Doesn't matter if the team's the same or not. So what you're doing is you're orchestrating the whole thing. There's no true value to winning. And another thing to look at, looks like Notre Dame and Miami have the same credentials to get into the college football playoffs. Either they both make it, right? Or Miami should make it. Because the one time they played, Miami beat Notre Dame. So how would you let Notre Dame in ahead of Miami? And I know what they're going to say. Well, that happened earlier in the year. Team is better. You still lost the game. How does it look to the Miami players if a team that they're essentially tied with and the common opponent with each other is each other, and you beat them, and they get to go and you don't go? Why? Because it's Notre Dame? That wouldn't be cool. That would not be cool. 1-800-919-3776. Got a nice guest list for today. Steve Young always joins us at 1:30 on a Monday. We'll talk about the weekend in football. So we look forward to talking with him. Scott Van Pelt will join us at 2 o'clock to preview Giants and the Patriots on Monday Night Football. Then at 2:30, special guest Going to have Bernie Williams coming on to talk about his upcoming concert in January at Carnegie Hall. Yeah, how about that? Winning 4 World Series and playing in Carnegie Hall. I love it. I love it. We'll talk a little bit later on about the Knicks. What an impressive win against the Raptors yesterday. Raptors' second game of a back-to-back. I get it. They lost in overtime to Charlotte. Then they came to the Garden, and they got run off the floor by the Knicks. Knicks looked great yesterday. They looked great. 6 players, at least 13 points. Hart had another big game. I was impressed with the Knicks yesterday. Now they'll play Toronto next week in the quarterfinals of the Emirates Cup, and we'll see how it goes there. Let's go to Steve in Baldwin. Steve, start it off today.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
You got
I
it.
just want to talk about the Notre Dame-Miami
Sure.
head-to-head. I'm a big Notre Dame fan. There's a lot of Notre Dame haters out there that I constantly get messages from.
Which I don't understand.
I'm just telling everyone that you just got to look at the complete resume. I get it, the head-to-head, that's really important to look at. But there are other factors that you have to consider, like the schedule strength, the strength of record. You also got
wait a
the
minute,
SP
Steve. Wait a minute.
rankings.
Notre Dame doesn't have the greatest schedule. They don't have the toughest schedule in the world.
Yeah, but look at who they beat. They beat USC, Pitt, Navy. Navy's now 9-2. They're ranked 23rd now. I'm just saying there's other factors that you have to consider besides the head-to-head. I get it.
I understand
That's
there's
it.
other fact, but Miami's playing a pretty decent schedule. They've had some tough losses as well, but in head-to-head, they beat Notre Dame. How would it look if Notre Dame makes it and they don't? And I know there are other factors, but it should come down to, okay, they both played each other. And what happened in that game? Well, Notre Dame was still finding its footing, right? And they lost that game. They lost the game. And you're going to give Notre Dame the ticket to go to the college football playoffs, and then you're going to leave out you're going to leave out Miami? Miami's not a great team. They've proven that by the way they've played all year. But they have the same record as Notre Dame, and in head-to-head, they beat Notre Dame. James in Lake Grove. James.
Hey, good afternoon. I just wanted to point out, just in addition to what you said, the egregiousness of LSU not only paying Kelly's buyout, but on top of that, Lane Kiffin's contract. They're a bottom 3 poverty state. What kind of message are you sending?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
And then they tried to stiff Brian Kelly out of the $54 million. Then they have to end it. Listen to this. They're still paying Ed Orgeron. And this is State University. And you're right. It's a bottom 10 poverty state. Somebody's paying that money. Where's it coming from? Is it all boosters? It's such a bad look. It's such a bad look. I'm sorry. It is. I don't want to just jump on LSU because every school does it. They're all maneuvering to get their guy, but you're complaining about the money that you had to pay, Brian Kelly. Okay, $54 million. You were trying to cut it a bit, but he said, no, I want all of it. He got all of it. And Ed Orgeron's still making money after winning you a national title. I think he's got a big payment coming up as well. And now on top of that, you're paying 3 coaches at the same time. You're paying 3 coaches at the same time. But all they want to do is they want to get that national title. That was Kelly's biggest thing. They didn't get the national title. They did with Orgeron. They did with Wade. And they did with Nick Saban. All they want to do is get that one national title. And then, you know what? Lane Kiffin could go somewhere else too. And he will. He will. He's only 50 years old. He got a lot more moves to make. All right, Steve Young's coming up in just a moment. FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% PBT. That's right. You can get in on the action with a 30% PBT tonight during the Giants-Patriots game. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/K to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 369.
Monday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Does yesterday's Jets win prove they're headed in the right direction?
Grit that we've been talking about for some time, and our guys being able to just gut this game out. And I keep saying there's no quitting these guys.
What will it take for Jackson Dart and the Giants to upset the Pats on Monday Night Football?
I'm ready. I've been waiting for it. Obviously, these primetime games are ones that you have circled on your calendar.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One Coat Hide Collection.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong. Because right now, you can get a great deal on our most popular models, including our adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Santa Fe Hybrid models. There's also our bold and stylish Elantra, packed with all the latest tech. Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6. So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with an awesome deal only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 p.m., the Devils host the Blue Jackets at the Prudential Center. That means Don LaGreca's on the call. 7:30, the Nets host the Hornets at the Barclays Center, and that's a game that you can see on Yes. And at 8:15, Monday Night Football, the Giants are in Foxborough to play the Patriots, and that'll be on ESPN TV. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew. Try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glass up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. 1-800-919-3776. We are waiting on Steve Young, and as we do that, we'll go back to the phones. Mike in Brooklyn. Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Mike?
I'm good. I just wanted to say NCAA football destroys everything it touches. First, it destroyed conferences, and this is me dating myself, but remember when the Big East was the Big East? We couldn't play football, but we could ball. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
That goes a little ways back before a lot of people, but you know.
No,
they've
destroyed it. They've destroyed all the conferences the way we know. The Big Ten has about 20 teams in it. The Pac-10 has been destroyed. USC's in the Big Ten, which is ridiculous. Oregon is in the Big. It just doesn't make sense. You can call back if you want to finish the call, because we do have Steve here. So I wanted to get to him, not keep him on hold that long. And Steve Young joins us every Monday at this time. The Hall of Famer joins us now. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Hi, everybody.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, family. Yes, it was. It was all of it. It was all of it. Yeah.
Now,
were
do
down
you
in Phoenix
pig out?
with my two brothers. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know how. Like, what's sad is you spend all day, even a couple days, getting ready for it. Then you eat in like 15 minutes. Like we have to do shifts. We've got to figure out how to do a first half and a second half, slow everybody down. Like, it just happens way too fast. It was too good.
Now you should go to my sister's house, which I go to, because she actually serves two meals. First, there's lasagna. You eat, and then you recalibrate for an hour and a half, and then come back for the turkey.
I think that's really smart. But that takes discipline.
Yes.
That my family does not have. So clearly, you guys are more mature and more developed than we are. Because it's like there's like people. And we got 15 teenagers that are just hovering. Don't help, right? Don't help, but just hovering, waiting to attack. So it was fun though. It was awesome. It was good times.
Oh, good. That's great. Now I wanted to ask you, Aaron Rodgers dealing with the broken left hand. Now Justin Herbert, the same deal. How difficult would it be to play quarterback, Steve, with your offhand broken?
Well, first of all, it's contextual, right? Because it depends on which bone and how many days it's been. Because I broke my thumb in half, and I had to wait. I couldn't play. Oh, it's my throwing hand, so that's obvious. But the other side, I broke a little finger on the knuckle, and it was not that big a deal. Like, you just, they put a little soft splint on it, and you just, shot it up, and it was fine. Like, it was not a big deal. So that's fine. But if you got a hand, back of the hand, which I'm understanding with Aaron, and then that's a big problem. That's going to be something that, the pain threshold, you got to be able to use your hand. I saw what Justin did yesterday in the game. I thought it was pretty athletic, how he was pulling it off,
right.
And I give him a lot of credit. So I think it's, again, I hate to say, tape it up, it'll be fine, because it might be. So you can't deal with it, and it's hard to say. But watching both of them try to deal with it yesterday, they're both warriors. So if it's a possibility, they can. But you can't. You saw Justin. He was pretty effective with one hand in the big whole club. Like, you can pull it off. But again, you're going to take hits. It's going to get worse. It's not going to heal very well. So that's the other part of it.
Is it all about pain tolerance, or are there certain things you simply can't do?
Oh, yeah, no, because the bone's trying, again, it depends. But, you can have a clean break, which is theoretically probably a little easier to deal with because it's going to heal better. And there's spiral break. There's all kind of crap that goes on. And so you just don't know. And I feel like when you have a broken bone in your body, and anyone has done it before, it's not something you just go, I'll be okay. No, you can't. So the idea that we're going to try to play football with a broken bone is kind of crazy. It's like Ronnie Lott stuff where, when he cut his finger off, like it's not smart. But yet here we are in the middle, at the end of the season when, the Steelers and the Chargers are in the thick of things and they know they're in deep trouble without him. So both guys know that too. So they'll do whatever they possibly can, but you're not yourself. There's no way you can be all of yourself and go play.
Now, talking about Rodgers, obviously you know him well. After the game, he kind of throws, his wide receivers under the bus. He said, how do we get better? Well, guys have to show up at meetings, and they haven't been doing that. They have to do what I tell them to do. Is that him being a leader, or is that him being a jerk?
Again, context, Michael, context. Like, in the locker room, who Aaron is, he's been around a long time, and so there's a level of respect for all the things he's done. And his history with his teammates is really good. Right. Like, people can have nits and gnats at him, but generally, and people know that he's going to put the work in. So as long as he's putting the work in, he's getting that done and gaining that respect that he has from the history, then I think he can righteously do that. And he did it, obviously, on purpose. Like he knows Mike Tomlin, and he knows his demands, and I think he's probably trying to do his part. And I think it's. If I was a receiver for the Steelers, I wouldn't have any part of it be, oh, who are you, or what do you draw? Why did I throw me under the bus? What do you think you're doing? Like, no, like whatever meeting you're missing, let's get Cohen. I don't know. I thought it's okay in the context of who it is, what's happening, where they are in the season, and if there is something going on that warrants him saying something like that, people better pay attention.
All right, so now on the flip side, we see Jerry Jeudy kind of tearing into Shedeur Sanders on the sideline. And Jerry Jeudy dropped a couple of passes, too. And, one of the things that Sean Payton did was get him out of there in Denver. Was that wrong for Jeudy to do, especially to a young quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, that's this one feels like, keep it in-house. You know what I mean? You got a quarterback trying to make a start in a lot of controversy that he started, that others have started, that it's like a lot of focus, national focus on him, like it or not. And it's like the context of it is you can easily, because he's new and raw and fresh and vulnerable, you can put him in a really tough spot, which I think that probably doesn't help when you're a young player. And so but again, the Browns are going through catharsis that's going to take some time. I mean, they've been losing games close. The defense is playing pretty well. You could hear the moans and complaints from them on the offense, and that team's basically falling apart. You saw yesterday, there's no threat offensively, and it's not necessarily about the quarterback. And that's the other problem we talk about every week. Again, if we know who gets fired first, right? The quarterback. Who gets fired second is the coach. Who gets fired third is the general manager. Who never gets fired is the guy that owns the team that keeps going around in the carousel. The Browns seem to be going around in a carousel like the Jets, like many others. And so let's make it about the quarterback and scream at him and make him look like a fool and don't support him. And that will be total, on brand for the Browns, right? So, yeah.
So last game last night, Broncos beat Washington in overtime. Broncos are 10-2. So this is an odd question. I want to get your feel on it. So they have 8 victories, 1-score victories. Does that tell you that they're not that great, or that, hey, they know how to win games? What do you get out of the fact that they're 10-2, but they've not blown anybody out?
So it's both. It's a cautionary tale for the Broncos because they do gain confidence, and winning football games is real and important and makes it and speaks to your ability, because the game has become more like the NBA. It's all about finishers. It's 10-point leads in the fourth quarter aren't that big a deal anymore. How you close, and do you have closers? Think of the NBA. Think of Steph. Think of LeBron. Think of all the closers who make the difference in the NBA. The NFL's not perfectly like that, but it's more than ever like that. And so you tip your cap to the Broncos for what they've done, and they're doing the thing that is the most difficult thing for any team to do, is close. So that says to me, we'll figure out how to close in the future. But they have a young quarterback, and they're not proven in January, and so until that happens and they can continue to close when it really, really matters, they're exposed. That's like you really have, and I think they probably know it too. And so there's going to be some Twitterpation on the Broncos as they get into the playoffs. They feel it, fans will feel it, media will feel it, and they have to go do what they've done in the regular season. And you've seen that with the Ravens. You've seen that in the past, where teams have won a lot of games, a lot of close games, showing a lot of grit, and then they get in the playoffs, and it's not true. And that's your question. Is this truth? Right. Are the Broncos the truth? And I think the Broncos are true, yes, but not the truest truth yet. They're not, and that's just that comes with time. But they're in a great spot to learn and have some space, because look at last year. I remember the 49ers last year were 6-10, and they lost a bunch of close games. And you can easily look at 5 plays and go, well, if I had those 5 plays, we would be 9-6, or 10-4, and it's like, that's the NFL. So it is a closers league, and you have to kind of respect the fact that they're 10-2.
Well, going into the games yesterday, Steve, the team that I thought was the realest was the Rams. And then they go to Carolina and they lose to the Panthers. So are the Panthers for real? And what happened to the Rams in that game?
Yeah, the Rams, you saw them, stupid mistakes. It was the same with the Colts too. They just they put a fork in their own eye, and they gave an NFL team who's not bad. They're not great. They're not, maybe they're not even good, especially offensively. But you give them some easy scores, you get at home and give them life, and you put yourself in a real jam. And then had a couple fourth down plays where they gave up big plays that changed the game. Again, a couple plays here or there. And the Rams are that good, and they blew it. They screwed it up. They walked in the locker room. They didn't get off the field and go, man, we screwed that one up.
Right.
And that was just, and that's part, in some ways, as the league, the way it's formed today, throw a team together through free agency, a couple of OTAs, a sweet little summer camp where everyone kind of dances around, and then play some ball. There's going to be like teams form over time, and they kind of ebb and flow a little bit as they find their footing, and then we really find out now who they really are. And so I think the Rams getting kicked in the teeth, kicking their own teeth in a way, right, is probably a long-term something that's good, because if they really are that good, they'll take this and not allow something stupid like that to happen again, because that's criminal.
Talking with Steve Young here on the Michael K. Show. Before I let you go, Steve, are the Cowboys for real? I mean, their offense has some explosive parts to it.
I can't help but laugh, man. You and I have been talking about this for 25 years.
Yep.
Like, they're very talented. They've always been very talented. They always underperform to their talent. And are you asking me now for the 16th time in a row, are these guys for real? Is this talent actually going to come full measure of who they are? Is this what you're asking me? For the first time in 25 years, the full measure of the talent that the Cowboys have is actually going to come to the forefront and show itself. And I would say history is not on their side. I think that Dak is a better player than he's been. He continues to improve despite the things that hold him back, and yet there's still the fundamental structure of how the Cowboys are formed and how they're asked to give accountability for themselves because of Jerry. Like that's not gone away. So I guess theoretically I would say yes. Like, let's see them be all that they can be. And then, in the next couple of weeks, they'll do some Cowboy thing where they lose a game that they should never have lost, and we'll just say they're out, and we'll move on. But
I have one more.
Okay, I'm with you, Michael. Let's believe for a little bit.
Let's believe.
Let's have some fun.
Another believe question. Do you believe that the Chiefs are done this year?
Yeah, they put themselves in a really, really tough spot.
Oh, yeah.
Now they got to win out. They got to win out, which they can do. But that's again, the season. I remember, was it last year or the year before, where we were right around Thanksgiving, and we were like the Chiefs. I don't know, man. They're just, they can't put it all together. Are they going to just? And then they end up going to the Super Bowl and winning. So, but I think they put themselves in a really untenable spot. Like they've bounced around regular season before and then found their foot and then go. But this one's going to be tough. Yeah. And I feel like unless some guys lose some games that are in a really good spot, I just going to be. I mean, this would be a Chiefs. There's a lot of Chiefs miracles in the last few years. This would be the ultimate miracle.
Great stuff, Steve. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks, man.
All right, Michael. Great to talk to you, buddy.
All right, be well. There's Steve Young, the Hall of Famer. Always great with us. We come back. We'll take more phone calls. 1-800-919-3776. A big win, by the way, for the Mets owner, Steve Cohen. It has nothing to do with his baseball team. We'll talk about that when we get back right here on the K Show on ESPN New York.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. J. Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Listen up, football fans. Never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown! Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
Welcome back to the show. Don't know if you all saw this about an hour and a half ago. Steve Cohen and the Hard Rock Corporation, they were given one of the 3 downstate New York casino license. So that will spur on an $8 billion metropolitan park with a casino, with a hotel, with a concert venue, $8 billion. And it's supposed to open on June of 2030. June of 2030. So Cohen had been at it for a while looking to do this, and now he's really able to monetize the land right across the street from Citi Field as well as their parking lots as well. So he turned the Mets, who he bought for about, what was it, $2 billion, something like that, and now this into an $8 billion metropolitan park with a casino there. This guy's quite the businessman. The one thing he has not solved yet, obviously, is getting the Mets to win a championship, but he certainly has the money for it, that's for sure. This is a date that you should put down in your iPhone, or if you have a date book, December 1st. On this date, next year, at 11:59 p.m., that will be the end of the Major League Baseball CBA. At that point, it could be Armageddon. And we'll have to keep a close watch on it. And by Armageddon, I mean the owners might lock out the players. And if they do that, then free agency will be shut down. And we'll be looking at the same nuclear winter that we have in the past, where it'll go maybe till March. And if they come to an agreement at that point, then it's going to be a bacchanal of free agency. People are going to have to get signed and report to spring training the next day. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like NBA and NFL free agency, because there's going to be an urgency to it. There's going to be a deadline where they have to get it done. But here's my worry. The players say, under no circumstances will they accept a salary cap. There's salary tax now, but they will not do a cap. NHL has a cap. NBA has a cap. NFL obviously has a cap. MLB said, no, that's a deal breaker. And I get the sense that the owners this time, they definitely want cost certainty. And if you're the players, I know that this is a big thing going back to Marvin Miller. You're not going to accept the cap. Get it. But every other sport has it. And every other sport, players are making big, big money. Big money. The NBA, this guy's making $70 million a year. You see what the quarterback's making in the NFL. Now, in fairness to the players, the other unions in the other sports are not nearly as strong as the Major League Baseball Players Union. And the owners, they don't have any caps on what they could make in the real world, but they want to cap what the players could make. So I see both sides. But the thing I would lean on if I'm the owners, hey, every other sport has it. Why can't we have it? We'll open the books, we'll give you 50% of revenue, and let's make this happen. I think it's going to be a long fight. I can't see the players giving in, and this time I can't see the owners giving in. So there is a possibility, and I will tell you this, sit back and enjoy the 2026 baseball season. Because there is a possibility there will not be a 2027 baseball season. Yeah, I'm not being an alarmist. There's a real possibility that there might not be a season in 2027, and that would be awful. It would be absolutely awful. I can't say unfathomable because we've seen a World Series canceled in 1994. So this could happen, but mark this date. This is the date next year. I might be talking to you and saying, well, tonight at 11:59, it could all go kablooey. Now, they can start negotiating now, and they probably will. But as long as the owners want a cap and the players say no, the negotiations aren't going to go anywhere without a deadline. And the deadline is going to be December 1st. We'll see what happens. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. Hey, hockey fans and holiday shoppers, join Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the NHL shop in Manhattan West Plaza, a block from the Garden, tomorrow, Tuesday, December 2nd, from 3 to 6:30 p.m. They'll be talking all things hockey and joined on-site by hockey legend and Hall of Famer Mark Messier, all powered by Game 7 apparel and headwear as they launch their new assortment in the NHL Shop NYC. Don't miss Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live tomorrow, Tuesday, December 2nd, from the NHL Shop that is in Manhattan. So the Jets win, and the Giants play tonight against the Patriots. That's on Monday Night Football. Our good buddy Scott Van Pelt will talk about that game and the weekend that was when we get back right here on the K-Show, ESPN New York.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 30% profit boost token. That's right, you can get it on the action with a 30% profit boost token this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to bet on the game. The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 30% profit boost token. That's right, you can get it on the action with a 30% profit boost token this Monday night. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 and over, physically present in New York, option required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They converted my kid's bath to a shower and did an incredible job. They offer custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit, and it's done in just one day. It's durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and a lower cost than a standard replacement. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the entire year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bath Fitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Giants and the Patriots tonight on ESPN TV. It starts off at 6 p.m. Monday Night Countdown, hosted by Scott Van Pelt. 8:15 Giants at New England to meet the Patriots. 11:30 after the game, Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. Monday's a very busy day for this young man, and we welcome him to the show. Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Great, Michael. How about you? Hope it was a great Thanksgiving.
You too. What was your best food that you ate?
Day two, I'm always a day two guy. I hoard the things that I like. I hide them from my family because that's the kind of person I am.
Wow, that's strong.
I make sure I have enough stuffing to get the or dressing, as we would call it. Make sure you get the day two plate with the stuff you like. So I'm a basic guy. I'm a simple man. Simple pleasures. Just as long as there's gravy and dressing, I'm good.
Scott texted me last week and said, "I hope you enjoyed the deviled eggs for Thanksgiving." I said, "I've never had an egg in my life. You think I'm gonna have a deviled egg?"
I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I pictured you eating it. It just made me laugh. And then, we're grown men sending each other gifts and giggling. At least I was giggling anyway.
I was giggling as well. This is an interesting game. For a Giant team that's bad, I think that Jackson Dart playing adds a different dynamic to it. Do you agree?
I do, although I'm admittedly in the tank, as I think many are, for the Jameis experience. A year ago, I was remembering in this very same spot. The week after Thanksgiving, we went out to Denver, and he was then with Cleveland, and he threw for 400 yards in a game that he threw a couple touchdowns to Denver as well. But sort of what we saw last week against Detroit, right? I mean, Jameis, he's entertaining as hell. But if you're a Giants fan, and I know that the people I'm talking to here are, you want to see Dart, and Dart obviously adds a different layer. You want to continue to see what he has. I think you want to see, is he able to protect himself? Apparently in his time away, a lot of folks within the organization trying to lean on him to help him, save him from himself, right? Your best ability in this game is your availability, and so we can't have you getting concussed and running around all the time. So anxious to see him against a really good New England team.
Now, you say really good. Obviously, they have an outstanding record. They've turned things around behind Vrabel. Do you believe that they're a championship contender, or are they still a bit away from that?
I said last week on SportsCenter, the hardest thing to do in our business for folks, not me, I'll say it. I don't know. I don't know what the AFC is, because here's where I am. I believe in Kansas City. I believe in Baltimore, and they keep giving me reasons not to. I want to believe in Buffalo. I haven't seen them do it. They've lost to some teams that I don't think are great. So the teams that I look at and go, them over there, those are the teams I trust and probably like the most. They're not nearly as good record-wise currently as New England and Denver. And yet, I don't know that I believe in Maye or Knicks to be a playoff team that could win several games and go to San Francisco and win a Super Bowl. So that feels like a lot to ask. I will say this. I am, and always have been, a Vrabel fan. I think he is got the right kind of DNA as a player and a connector to his players now as a coach. So I believe in him, and I think Maye is potentially the best of a really good quarterback class last year. So I think that it's feasible that it could happen. I just can't fathom it being this year. That feels ahead of schedule to me.
Do you believe that we've seen the last of Kansas City in the iteration of a champion?
I can't say that. No, I can't. And yet, as I was sitting on the countdown desk a couple weeks ago, Ryan Clark said, "Listen, we've seen Kansas City do it for years, but this 25 team is not who they've been. They don't tend to win close games. And outside of that one comeback against the Colts and Daniel Jones, who's playing on a busted leg, outside of that, they haven't won a one-score game. So I don't think it's over just because I can't bring myself to say that. But all things end, as we know. And, this could be the end happening in front of us, and I'm just being too stubborn to say that it's done. Until the obit's written, I have to believe that they're like the guy in the horror movie that's going to show back up alive somehow. I don't know how.
On the flip side of that, do you think that Dallas has turned a corner and now they're legitimate, that there's a chance they'll make the playoffs?
I do, and Troy made fun of me a couple Mondays ago because I said, it's not unreasonable to say that they're a playoff team. And Troy, who's never afraid to kind of say, now hold on now. He basically said, hold on now, Scott. I don't know how reasonable it is to call them a playoff team. Well, that's before they beat Philadelphia and Kansas City, and now you beat the two teams consecutively that were in the Super Bowl. And yeah, I think it's a possibility. The issue for them is just figuring out how to get a seat at the table. The NFC's crowded. You currently have teams like Detroit and Dallas that are fighting like hell to get in. If they did, with a defense that suddenly seems a whole lot better than it was earlier this year, and Dak, who's capable of giving you a chance in any game, yeah, I do. I believe that they could be a dangerous football team, which is not something I imagined I would have said even a month ago.
I don't know if we really speak fluent Jerry, but do you believe what Jones said, that he offered the Jets, Micah Parsons and a first rounder for Williams?
No.
I can't believe he did that. Or the Jets said no.
No, I don't. But I mean, I don't know. He's the glare of the camera, the lights of the camera. It's like a moth to a flame. He like no other owner in the sport. He's drawn to that microphone and could say anything. I whatever. I don't think that's what happened. But I mean, ultimately, he landed him for less, and it's worked out for Dallas in the short term.
Yeah, and if you're the Jets, you have to answer questions. Wait, you didn't take Micah Parsons?
Right. I can't fathom that's what happened. But who the hell knows?
I heard you had some strong takes on your podcast about Lane Kiffin. I opened up the show with it. I mean, I just think college football is broken. I'm glad the players have the ability to jump around now because this is what coaches do. But the whole calendar they've set is just ridiculous, Scott, that you're setting a guy like Kiffin up who has wanderlust and wants to go to the next big thing to leave a team the way he's left the team. I say it's the NCAA's fault.
Well, right. I mean, it's hopelessly broken. And I don't even know what kind of appetite there is for your audience here in the city, like for that. I love the sport, but it's hopelessly broken in so many ways, whether it's NIL and portal, which just allows unlimited free agency. And you could argue, well, coaches can leave. And yes, that's true, but there's a gigantic buyout to be paid, and players can bounce every year, and there's no consequence of any kind. But it just speaks to wanderlust is the perfect word, and Lane has always kind of coveted that spotlight. You're leaving a championship team in the midst of it. The point that I made, Michael, was I don't think it makes any sense to both want to leave and stay and act like you've been wrong to not be allowed to do both. If I'm Keith Carter at Ole Miss, the athletic director, I say leave. You want to go. You don't get to coach this team and go coach there. Go coach there. That's where you are. Now, Reese Davis, who is far more reasonable and measured than I am, Michael, made the point that if you're Ole Miss and you've never been here, that it might be worth taking your shot to try to win it with him because he gives you your best shot. And I appreciate that, but I'm vengeful and bitter and hold grudges, and I'd say, hell no, go. Even if we lose, I'd rather lose with whoever is going to be our coach than win with you and then have you walk out the door someplace else.
See, that's why we get along, because I'm about as vengeful as you could be. Well, absolutely, I would kick him off the facility. I mean, he wanted to stay, and again, he's making himself out to be the aggrieved party, Scott. It's ridiculous.
Agreed. And it's not just that. It's not just that you're leaving. It's that you're leaving for someone within our conference that we despise. I made the analogy with Reese. It's like a divorce, and you're leaving for somebody else that lives in the neighborhood. I mean, no, you don't get to stay with the kids through Christmas. What are you talking about? It's a preposterous idea. But again, the calendar is an issue that allows all of this to be happening simultaneously. But again, that honestly, the calendar is a significant problem in the sport, but everybody knows it's broken, but then everybody's going to spend the next 3 months when the season ends figuring out how to get the money together to try to lure people to come play at their school, and then they'll hang on for dear life for that upcoming season, and then they'll worry about it again. They kick the can down the road. There are no fixes of any kind.
What I don't understand is a state that is a very poor state in this country is able to come up with this kind of money. I mean, they just paid Brian Kelly $54 million. They're paying Orgeron. They're still paying Ed Orgeron, and then they get $100 million on the. Where's the money coming from? Is it all from boosters?
Yes, and that's the other part of it is that I don't care how wealthy you are, and it's amazing how many schools have really well-heeled boosters that are so emotionally tied to the success of their team. But at some point, you keep coming to those folks over and over and over again and asking for millions and millions of dollars. At some point, I would think folks would say, hey, man, ask somebody else. But again, that's just part of a system that's got so many issues. But it's remarkable. You have the governor saying, well, we're not going to have another contract like this, talking about Kelly. And now the word is that they're going to pay Lane Kiffin his bonuses for Ole Miss if they win.
That made me sick.
I mean, it's just astounding, but there's absolutely no shame from anyone involved in this. All anyone wants is for their football team to be good, and they're willing to pay anything. And by the way, Lane Kiffin, who I like just fine, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but it's just a fact. He's never won a title of any kind. So we're racing after this guy as if he's Nick Saban. He coached under Nick Saban. He didn't win. He's never won anything. And they're acting like he's the crown jewel, like he's Lombardi or Belichick or Saban. It's amazing.
Now, to talk about the boosters, to me, it befuddles me. I mean, if you have a lot of money, I guess you could throw it around, but I love Fordham, Scott. Love it. And I was at a basketball game last year, and somebody came over to me from the administration, asked me if I would donate for NIL. And I looked at him, I said, no, I'd give the money to my kids. What good does that do me to give you money for NIL? I don't understand people that do that. I don't get it.
Listen, it's a fascinating sort of a deal. I know a guy that's very, very wealthy, and I suggested to him, like, if you want to give money to NIL, that's fine, that's great. And a guy that's a very wealthy guy that owns an NFL team. The difference is that he owns the team, and when they make money, he gets money back.
Right,
like
nothing.
It's a profit generator. If you're giving money to NIL, you're just paying money to a kid who may or may not be good, who most likely will be here for a very short period of time, and then next year they're going to ask you for more for the next wave. The cycle is insane. Which is why when I say the calendar's broken, all the revenue-generating sports are hopelessly broken because there are no rules and there's no one to govern the rules that don't exist. Other than that, it's a great time.
And the thing that wins out, the revenue-generating sports, they're generating a lot of revenue. They just don't know how to split it up the right way. I mean, again, it's the wild, wild west in college sports. A player could leave after 1 year. Good for him. Coaches could leave too. I just don't understand how the NCAA can't get a hold of this.
Well, because they have no jurisdiction and they have nothing to threaten anybody with. And the biggest schools that make the most money could just leave and do their own thing. I mean, it's wild, wild west is what everyone says. There's another word everyone uses, which is sustainability, and everyone says it isn't sustainable. And again, everyone knows this. No one does anything to change it, and all anyone does is kick the can down the road and figure out how to cobble together the money they need to take a run at it for the next season. And that's where we currently are.
Patriots-Giants tonight. It starts with you and ends with you, Scott, so that's always good, right?
I suppose so. It's going to be chilly. We're bundled up. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this is one of those games when the schedule came out, to be honest, in August. I'm like, who the hell knows what we're getting? We got a really good, on record-wise, New England team, and we got an entertaining Giant team with darts, so it'll be fun. Always is.
Well, stay warm. I look at the guys that you work with. They all have caps on. You don't have hair, and you don't put a cap on.
No, but it's because I'm tough as nails, Michael. I want to project that to the world to show everybody just how tough I am. Actually, I'm stupid. My hat had a hole in it, and they wouldn't let me wear it because I look like a hobo.
See, I know you're tough as nails, and I said that so you could say that you're tough as nails because I want people to know it.
Yeah, that's me. I got on a cashmere jacket, my man. I'm not tough as nails. I require the finery of life, Michael. I'll be fine though. Don't worry about me.
You've earned it. See you tonight on TV. Thanks, Scott.
Always, my friend. Appreciate you.
Be well. So that is Scott Van Pelt tonight, Giants and the Patriots. Talk about NIL. So you see the kid who's the quarterback for Michigan, Underwood, right? I think he got something like $10 million, close to that, to go play for Michigan. I don't know if I watched every second of that game. For some reason, Ohio State, Michigan, it floats my boat, and I'm not a big college football fan, but this year I've gotten into it a lot more. We have Paul Feinbaum on every Tuesday, so it's interesting to talk to him and, inside stuff like that. And, I mean, you're paying this guy all this money to be your quarterback. They don't even have him throw the ball. And there's a chance that Michigan, that hadn't lost to Ohio State in forever, he could leave Michigan after this year. It's like DeBanza, the basketball player at BYU. $10 million for 1 year. He's going to go to the NBA. And I really, truly, if anybody out there, like there's Mike Rapoli is the big benefactor for St. John's. And he's got silly money. He earned it, though. He worked his way, vitamin water, the whole deal. He earned his billions. And now he funds St. John's basketball's NIL. But what's in it for those people? Just the glory of seeing their school win a national championship? And as Scott said, you're not generating revenue for you. Once you give that money, it's gone. What do you get for it? I don't know, a building named after you? That I understand. Like donating money to build a medical center at a university. You're giving back something to the community, giving back something to the world. What are these big money people getting out of donating millions of dollars so that their school could spend it on a kid for 1 year? Help me out. Anybody within the sound of my voice, it has been something that has always befuddled me. And even before NIL, when boosters gave money to kids under the table, and I go, why? Do you get some reflected glory because your school won a championship with the money that you provided? It's beyond me. It has always been beyond me. I've never understood it, and I never will understand it. It's got to be about ego, but it's out of control ego. It's out of control ego. 1-800-919-3776. We'll get back to you in a moment. I do want to remind everybody the ESPN New York holiday party, it's back, baby. This show, The Michael K. Show, and Don Hahn and Rosenberg are bringing the holiday cheer at your mother's house in Garden City Park, Long Island on Friday, December 12th. We're once again collecting unwrapped toy donations this year to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation. All kicks off at 1 p.m. on Friday, December 12th at your mother's house. Brought to you by Amazon Pickup, Security Dodge, and Spiked Aid. All right, let's go to the phone calls. Let's go to Juan in White Plains. Talk to me, Juan.
Hey, Michael, thanks for taking my call. That was very funny when you said Steve Cohen is an incredible businessman, but he hasn't figured out the Mets. But that's not why I'm calling. I'm actually calling because, Michael, to be honest with you, I'm not that excited for the Yankees opening day lineup that will probably include players like Ben Rice, Austin Wells, Ryan McMahon, Oswaldo Cabrera, Jason Dominguez, Trent Grisham. I can go on. Jose Caballero, Ahmed Rosario. You know, these are baseball players, but to me, they're not bombers. And, Michael, it's not going to make sense to you, and you're going to disagree with me, but there is a Hall of Fame bomber that is available right now as a free agent. It's not going to make sense, but the Yankees must sign Pete Alonso, okay? He's in the middle of a Hall of Fame career, and it was
easy,
his Hall of Fame
easy.
career.
Hall of Fame career, easy.
He is, Michael. He's in the middle, and if he signs with the Yankees, that back half of that career is almost guaranteed a Hall of Fame.
Really?
The Yankees,
Why? Hitting at Yankee Stadium. How many home runs are going to be swallowed up in left center field?
Michael, he has Aaron Judge in the lineup. We cannot waste Aaron Judge's prime with Pete Alonso hitting right behind Judge. That's 100, maybe over 110 home runs for the next 5 years.
Do you know that Pete Alonso was hitting behind Juan Soto last year and they didn't make the playoffs?
I did. I mean, Mets pitching staff was not as great as the Yankees pitching staff. But, Michael, it's not going to make sense.
It makes no sense. First of all, he's 31 years old. They've got a cost-effective guy who had a really outstanding year in Ben Rice. If you want to platoon him with a right-handed hitter, and you could do that on the cheap, that's fine. I am not signing Pete Alonso if I'm the Yankees. I'm just not. I don't see the wisdom in it. Why? What drives you to want that guy on the team? At Yankee Stadium with a big left field, and he's not a good defender. He's good at scoops. Everything else he's not good at. And if you believe what's being written, that Scott Boras wants a 7-year contract with him, thank you very much, but no. I mean, if I'm going to give a big money contract to somebody, I'm going to go out and give it to Kyle Tucker, who's younger and he's a better player. You have Pete going to the Hall of Fame? I mean, I guess if he gets to 500 home runs, it's under consideration, but I don't look at him in a Hall of Fame arc. I look at him as an all-time Met arc. If he re-signs with them, his number will end up being retired. But if I'm going to spend the kind of money, it's going to take over $30 million a year to sign Pete Alonso. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to spend that money and a little bit more, and I'll get Kyle Tucker, who is an outstanding player, an outstanding defender, and his swing at Yankee Stadium, he'd be even better than he's been. But Pete Alonso, that's not where I'm spending the money. Sorry. Good player, but I don't think he solves the Yankee problems. I mean, you say there's no bombers there. I mean, you shot off names. Do you realize that as bad as you thought the Yankees were last year and they were eliminated by the Toronto Blue Jays, they won 94 games, tied with the Blue Jays for the most of any team in the American League, and just behind the Milwaukee Brewers for the most wins in the major leagues. So I know it didn't end the way you want, but don't say that it's not a bomber team. That's folly. Folly. Anthony in Florida. Anthony.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for taking the call.
You got it.
Mike, the New York Giants, I want to throw a name out there, and I want you to give me your answer on this and how you feel about it. I think that the Giants, the worst thing they can do is bring in a young project coach. I don't think that's what the Giants need right now. I think they need somebody with grit, somebody with a polished resume, and who's also good with a young quarterback for Dart. Mike, why don't they bring in John Gruden? Now is the time. John Gruden will change that winning culture. He'll bring it back. I think it's for crying out loud, John Gruden has been interviewing young up-and-coming quarterbacks for 20 years on ESPN. He's won. He can change that locker room.
Well, Anthony, let me stop you. Why does John Gruden not have a job right now?
Well, I know there was some political stuff involved, but don't you think we're beyond that now?
The emails had blatantly racist things in it. So you want that guy representing your team?
Well, I mean, I think the guy's done his time. I think it came out, there was a report, weeks ago that he was interested in coaching again. I mean, there's no doubt the guy's a winner. I mean, we all make mistakes. So is the guy he's going to be scapegoated his rest of his life?
Well, I mean, when you do something bad, I love when people say, well, he's done his time. Oh, okay. So a mass murderer does his time. He gets paroled. You want him to go out with your daughter? He did his time. I mean, there were a lot of jobs open last year. Did anybody sniff John Gruden? It's like the Trevor Bauer stuff. He doesn't have a job for a reason. He is an excellent coach, and he is good with quarterbacks. I get all of that. Now there's some talk that he could get a college job. Maybe that's the way to go. And you're right, people do serve their time. But does it take away the fact that he wrote those things? And he's suing the NFL as well. It's going to be awfully tough for an NFL team because if you're suing the NFL, you're suing the person that's hiring you. The NFL is owned by those 32 owners. So you want one owner, John Mara and Tisch, you want them to forget the fact that they're being sued by this guy and bring him in as a head coach. Maybe somebody gives him a second chance. I don't see it. I just don't see it. That's the only place you could go for a coach? A guy who was, lost his last job because of really unreal things that were written in emails. And he's suing the NFL now. Why did those emails become public? And he has a point, but he's not denying that he wrote them. Not denying that it was actually written and said by him. So those things are on his resume. And that's the guy you want to bring in for this. That's the one guy that you think that the Giants have to have. I don't know. That's not something I would sign off on. Can I say with any certainty that they won't do it? No. But I would be stunned if they do. Stunned. I'd be stunned if any NFL team hires John Gruden. Any. And he's done the right thing. He's certainly rehabilitating his image with the job that he has at Barstool. He's certainly engaging. He could be funny. All of that stuff. He seems somewhat likable, but you can't ignore the elephant in the room. You just can't. I don't think that NFL teams will. They will not. Because, one of the teams, New Orleans, brought in Justin Tucker, who just served like a 10-game suspension for the accusations against him. That's a kicker. I still don't think it's right. I said last week, I can't believe that they would still go there. But when you hire a coach in New York, a very diverse population, that's the face of your team. And don't think that stuff that he wrote in those emails is going to go away. It's not. It's not going to go away. I don't want you to go away because coming up, we have one of my favorite people, Bernie Williams. He's got a big concert coming up at Carnegie Hall. Yeah, we'll talk about that with Bernie and some baseball as well. That's coming up in just a moment right here on the K Show, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month, call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Gotham City football is coming. Be at MetLife Stadium for Week 14 as the New York Jets face the Miami Dolphins for the team's first ever rivalries game on Sunday, December 7th at 1 p.m., presented by Avery Dennison. Fans in attendance will receive a rivalries rally towel while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Too much on your plate? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from payroll to pumpkin pie, filing taxes to raising glasses, counting hours to counting blessings. There's no need to transfer payroll history when you switch before the end of the year, and you'll be thankful you did. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
Welcome back to the show. Little change up at you. Next week's going to be a lot of baseball because the winter meetings in Orlando take place. But we want to talk a little baseball and entertainment because it is ESPN, Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. And we bring in 4-time world champion Bernie Williams, who's also an accomplished guitarist, and he joins us now on the show. Bernie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me, man.
You got it. So not only do you play in World Series and have 4 World Series rings and have your number retired for the Yankees, but on January 13th, you're going to be playing at Carnegie Hall. That's a pretty big deal, Bernie.
I think so. I don't know if I should call Carnegie Hall the Yankee Stadium of Music, or I should call Yankee Stadium the Carnegie Hall of Sports. But, nevertheless, this is just a great opportunity. I'm so excited to be part of it.
All right, so you're going to be doing the show alongside Jonathan Tettleman, one of the most acclaimed voices in opera today. What's the show about, and how can people get tickets to go see it?
Well, yeah, you can get tickets through the Carnegie Hall website, and the show is going to be an eclectic mix of music. Just imagine having a great opportunity to perform with Jonathan Tettleman, one of the, world-renowned tenors in the scene today. We just by rehearsing with him, and I'm just excited, so excited to be able to perform with him. And we're going to probably play some of his, most popular tunes as far as opera, is concerned. Some Puccini, maybe some of that, maybe the Prayer, the one that has been sort of famous by Bocelli. Bocelli. And some of my original tunes, and some jazz, and some Broadway tunes, and some just songs from the American Songbook. I'll be able to, improvise some music, and it's gonna be amazing, man. I am so excited.
Now, I remember when you were a Yankee, you would sit in your corner locker and you would play the guitar. Bernie, did you ever dream this big that you'd be playing in Carnegie Hall, which is the site in the world?
Never in a million years. I mean, if you were to ask me at 15 years old, I would get an opportunity to play 16 years with the Yankees, win the World Series and all that. And then after that, go into what I would call, I don't know if I could call it a career, because this is way too much fun. But, they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And to have that opportunity to, after playing baseball, be able to play one of the, most, renowned arenas and venues in the world. I mean, this is just a dream come true.
All right, so when I would watch you before World Series games, you never seemed nervous, ever. Now, I don't know if you internalized it, but are you nervous when you take the stage in a venue like this? Will you be nervous?
Well, I think we should basically just clarify there is a difference between being nervous and not seeming nervous. I think I was always nervous every time I had to compete.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think, it's what they say, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. So you have to rely on your practice and your preparation to be able to do, kind of like go an automatic pilot. And when the nerves come, to say, well, I've done this a million times, I'm ready, I prepared for it. And they just kind of trust that process. And, I'm working towards that.
I remember many years ago, I asked Paul Simon, I said, is Bernie Williams a great guitarist because he's also a great baseball player, or is he a great guitarist that would stand on his own if we never knew him as a baseball player? And he said, he's great if he never played one inning of baseball. When you hear something like that from a Paul Simon, what does that mean?
That means the world to me, man. I mean, you're talking about Paul Simon. No introduction, no backstory needed. I mean, Paul Simon is Paul Simon, and to have him make those comments, I mean, they just mean the world to me. It just gives me more confidence and more motivation to stay in the track and work as hard as I can to become the best musician that I can be. And there's a certain spiritual thing about music that I've been able to tap in. I mean, I started playing when I was 8 years old. I went to a performing arts high school, and then after I retired, I spent 4 years, got a undergrad degree in jazz at the Manhattan School of Music. And, the music journey has been amazing, but nevertheless, I mean, it takes a lot of work. I mean, it takes, some of the things that I've been able to learn playing baseball, I have been able to apply to my training in music, and it has been amazing, that transition, and still working on it.
I always love to ask former players this, and Derek Jeter gave an answer during the World Series. I was shocked. Somebody asked him, does he miss playing? He said he doesn't miss it at all. Not at all. Do you miss playing?
Oh, yeah. I miss it every day.
Yeah, because nothing could fill that void, right?
Well, yeah, and it's, the void is it's at different levels of that void. I mean, first and foremost, to have the competition aspect, when you go mano a mano with a pitcher, you look it right into his eyes. He's looking right into yours, and you kind of saying, okay, let's get it on, Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of things, in life that you can just go ahead and just go kind of like in that kind of competition aspect. I mean, at least at that level. So I really enjoyed it. And, the perks of being a major league player, especially playing for the New York Yankees, are unique, and they're awesome. And, the things that I've been able to do just because I was part of that team and that organization have been amazing. But, I do miss the competition. I mean, there's something that I will never forget, those times and those championships, those postseasons, playing with that team. Some of the best times in my life, man.
Now, you watch the game now. How do you think you do in the game the way it is right now? And obviously there was a great World Series. I'm sure you enjoyed that. But it just seems like a different game. Everybody that comes out of the bullpen throws 100 miles an hour. The pitchers seem different. How do you think you do in today's game?
Well, I mean, I really don't know. I think, athletes have the ability to adjust to their circumstances. especially when they're hurt or something is off balance, you're able to compensate, take a little bit in, add a little bit. But I'd say probably the best joke about that, I think Ted Williams was quoted saying, "How would you do in today's game?" And he said, "Well, I think I will probably hit about 280, 290. He said, "Wow, do you think it would be that sort of average?" He said, "Well, I'm only 63 years old." It's relative. I think, you train for your competition. And in my era, I trained for the competition that I had. And I think, it probably make the adjustment, play. But you have a great point. I mean, everybody's stronger. Everybody's faster. Numbers, have taken a great influence in the way that even players see the game nowadays. So it's an interesting process to kind of be, especially, the fact that now they're taking measures to speed up the game, the clock. It's a little bit more in play. As opposed to my era where I could step out and call timeout every time I wanted to get the pitcher off balance and try to get him a little bit rattled. So there's a lot of that psychological thing that is kind of missing because of the time. But the game's still the same. You still have to hit the ball. You have to throw it. You have to pitch. You have to run the bases. So a lot of that is still the same.
See, Bernie, and we're talking with Bernie Williams here on the Michael K. Show. I knew what you were doing. You always made believe there was something in your eye. There was nothing in your eye. You were just stalling, right? You were playing games with the pitcher.
Of course, man. You gotta rattle them. It's a physical competition, but it is also a psychological competition. I think, every opportunity that you get to get just a little edge on the competition, you try to utilize it, to the best of your ability and, calling time, kind of taking your time in the box, having time not pass by. I think those were things that I was able to use to my advantage. And, it was great. It was awesome. I mean, I remember having my battles with Pedro Martinez, and I would step off the batter's box, and he would say, "If you step another time again, I'm going to hit you." And I would say, "Bring it on." And then all of a sudden, the commentators were like, "Oh, yeah, he's from the
Right.
Puerto Rico. They're just, they're almost neighbors." And we were just kind of duking it out there on the field. So those are the things that I kind of missed the most about playing.
Toughest pitcher you had to face in your career?
Pedro, for sure. Pedro Martinez,
really?
For sure. And a close second, I would say probably Josh Beckett. As far as starters, yeah. He was tough too, man.
So Randy Johnson's not on that list?
Well, I do not know why, but I was able to see the ball good out of his arm angle because he had a little bit of a slant sort of angle, like almost three-quarter.
Right.
And seeing him from the right side, I had an opportunity to see him well from that angle. And I had fairly good success. I mean, on any given day, anybody could get anybody, but I think I had more success than not against Randy. I mean, he's obviously a Hall of Famer, and I had to be at the top of my game, but I had a better angle seeing the ball off of him, rather than Pedro, for sure.
Now, you've been going down to spring training with the Yankees the last couple of years. I hear that you might do it again. What do you think of the last year that the Yankees had when they got knocked off by the Blue Jays?
I feel that they're so close. I mean, the last couple of years, man, this reiteration of the team is so close to get over that hump. I think that, we didn't make it any easier for them, winning all those championships in the 90s. I think they have a really high bar to kind of live up to. But, with that said, I still think that they have the team to do it. They just need a couple breaks here and there, get fortified in different areas, and, kind of put it all together when it counts. It's basically, what we have to do. So I'm still rooting for them, and I still have the utmost confidence that they can do the job.
How does it make you feel when you're watching the postseason, Bernie, and they put up those lists, most postseason home runs, and you're there, you're right at the top, top three or whatever? What kind of ego boost is that for you?
Well, I don't know if it's an ego boost. I think these records are meant to be broken. But I do feel good that, some of these numbers are still remaining in the lists. I feel that, I had a lot of great opportunities, and it wasn't because of me, because of the team that I played for. We played in so many great teams that gave us an opportunity to be in the postseason so many times. And to me, that's, an important part of what the numbers are there. I mean, if I didn't get a chance to be in the postseason, I wouldn't have those numbers. So I think it's definitely a team effort, and having that opportunity to be there so many times, obviously something good had to come out of it.
When you started your career with the Yankees, Don Mattingly was there. Was it tough watching the Blue Jays not close it out, and Mattingly, again, did not get that title that has eluded him?
I feel for Don. I feel for Cap. I think, he's just such a great representative of the game of baseball. His career has epitomized. You don't call him Donnie Baseball for nothing.
Right.
With that said, I really give the Blue Jays a lot of credit, man. When the series started, I didn't see them having a chance whatsoever, and they came to play, man. They came to play. They gave it to the Dodgers. You take extra innings in the seventh game, for that thing to be decided. So, it was a great effort, and I really have a lot of respect, the way they handled themselves and gave it to the Dodgers. I mean, in paper, the Dodgers were the team to beat. Even though they won, I would say, man, they had to earn it. They couldn't just show up there and expect to win. I mean, the Blue Jays gave them a run for their money for sure.
Four-time world champion Bernie Williams, our guest. He's going to be on the stage at Carnegie Hall January 13th at 8 p.m. alongside Jonathan Tettleman. Also, I'm reading on the release, Bernie, that Jose Reyes and Stephon Marbury are going to be there. They don't play instruments, do they?
Well, I think we are really appreciative of their support. I think this is going to be a night of celebrating, different things, operatic, classical music, popular music, jazz music, and, trying to get, a lot of music fans that may not be familiar with opera, but they like pop music, they like Broadway and things like that, to have an opportunity to hear Jonathan. And people that are really into opera and classical music maybe will have an opportunity to expand their horizons a little bit and listen to a little bit of it, jazz performances and Broadway music and some of that American songbook, standards. I think it'll be a win-win for everybody.
That's going to be great. I'm so happy for you. Proud of you as well. Again, January 13th.
And you're coming, right? You're coming, right?
I will. I was just thinking that'd be a great thing to go to. I would love to. Yeah, I think I might.
Well, you are certainly invited, man. You have seen my progression as an athlete and as a musician for all those years, having my guitar in the locker room and in the lounge, and you heard all the stories. So, man, it'll be an honor to have you there as well.
Awesome. Have a great Christmas, you and your family, and thank you for popping on, and good luck with this, Bernie.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, man. All the best. Blessing.
You got it. Bernie Williams, four-time world champion with the New York Yankees, and he's having just as successful a run in his musical career. All right, it's time for you to take over, 1-800-919-3776. We'll talk with you, and we'll take you right up till 3 o'clock for Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. But first, I want to tell you about the FanDuel Sportsbook app. It's your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% PBT. That's right. You can get in on the action with a 30% PBT tonight during the Giants-Patriots game. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/K to bet on the game. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
For over 100 years, Slomin's has been your trusted partner in comfort. When it comes to home heating oil, we deliver more than just quality fuel. We deliver peace of mind. With price protection, automatic deliveries, 24/7 service, and up to 30 days to pay your invoice. Our dedicated team is just a call away, ensuring you stay warm and comfortable all winter long. Slomin's, New York and New Jersey's largest heating oil provider, proudly serving our community for generations. Give us a call today at 866-GET-HEAT or visit oil.slomans.com.
Alan Hahn here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled a bath in my house, converting a tub into a shower. The result, amazing. Bathfitter offers custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, durable with no demo, no mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Take advantage of their biggest sale of the year. Save up to $800 on a complete Bathfitter system. See their website or call for details and start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com.
On the job, every minute counts. That's why Lowe's now has ProBlock Quick Dry Primer, expertly manufactured by Sherwin-Williams. Engineered for pros to dry fast and go on smooth for virtually flawless results that keep your job moving. It's available in oil and water-based, and getting it is easy. Order online by 2 p.m. and get free same-day delivery right to your job site. Lowe's, we help, you save. Orders placed after 2 p.m. will be delivered next day. Valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. More terms apply.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Hockey fans and holiday shoppers, check out Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg December 2nd live from the NHL shop in Manhattan West Plaza, a block from the Garden. They'll be talking all things NHL.
It's hockey, man.
And they'll be joined on site by hockey legend Mark Messier. It's all powered by Game 7 apparel and headwear as they launch their new assortment in the NHL shop. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg December 2nd live from the NHL shop.
All right, so I wrote this down during the 4 days of Thanksgiving. And sometimes people say things that you just scratch your head and go, what could they be thinking? Even if this is legitimately an issue, why would you make it public? So Odell Beckham Jr. was on a podcast of some sort and talked about that, you know, everybody thinks a $100 million contract, you get $100 million. And, you know, you only see like $60 million of it. And you take that over 5 years, that's $12 million a year. And he acted like, you know, it's hard to live on that. I mean, there are people that are really struggling in the world right now. Buying groceries, buying like Thanksgiving food. And you're that tone deaf to say it's hard to live on $12 million a year? Now, I know athletes, they live different. They do. But before I even opined on this, it was interesting to me that there were athletes on social media said, $12 million a year for 5 years, that's $60 million. Not only should you never have to work again, your grandchildren should never have to work again. Forget about your kids. Your grandchildren should never have to work. And that's not even with aggressive investing. That's just put it in a money market account or S&P 500 account, and you should be good to go. $60 million. So even if it is tough because he lives a very extravagant lifestyle, why would you say it? I truly believe, Don used to always tell me this too, that when people are on podcasts, they don't really think that people are ever going to hear it. It's not like old school media where you're on the radio or you're on TV. They're on a podcast that maybe they don't think that many people know about. Believe me, the people that are running the podcast, if they have somebody like Odell Beckham Jr. on saying something about how tough it is to live on $60 million for 5 years, They're going to get that out there. They're going to make sure that that is out there. And it got out there, and it doesn't make Odell look good. I'm not saying Odell's a bad guy. I'm not at all. I'm just saying, goodness gracious, what tone deafness. Where you see people with their cart going around, Stop and Shop and looking at the prices and shaking their head. You see that. And how much more it's for a turkey than it was however many years ago. And you're talking about how tough it is to live on $12 million a year? Tone deaf. Absolutely tone deaf. I don't get people. I don't understand why people say the things that they say. Giants and the Patriots tonight. Now, my 2-pack for sure, I was 1-1. So after 2 weeks where I was 0-3-1, I'll take 1-1. I had Jacksonville. That was an easy cover. And they had the Dolphins. And the Dolphins let a late touchdown score. So instead of winning by the 6, which was the spread, they won by 4. So that was like kind of a kick in the teeth. But I think I'm getting back on the right track. I am 1-1. I'm glad to see Don has reached 500 again. He does have, I think he has the Giants today. So it's kind of a big number. I think the Giants are actually going to cover. I don't think they're going to beat the Patriots, but I think they're going to cover. There's something about Jackson Dart where he brings something to the party, and he makes defenses a little bit nervous. The last thing we want to see tonight, though, you don't want to see him get hit again, especially involving the head. So I hope that they've drilled it into his head. You can't do this. You can't run with abandon and just dive head first. You got to slide, got to take care of yourself. One more thing about the Knicks. I told you earlier, that was an impressive performance by them yesterday. And Josh Hart is an amazing player at his size, the rebounder that he is, to get 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. So 3 assists away from another triple-double. The Knicks are 10-1 at the Garden. Last year, they were 27-14. Now, they've played some lesser teams at the Garden this year, so 10-1. The one team they lost to was Orlando. But I'll tell you what, if they can hold that kind of home field advantage, that does wonders for them. They have to play better on the road. They have not played great on the road, so they're 13-6 overall. That makes them 3-5 on the road. Got to be better, but they have some home games that are very winnable upcoming this week. We'll see how they do. But congratulations with a big win over the Raptors. Coming up, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. In the words of Billy Joel, life is a series of hellos and goodbyes. I'm afraid it's time for goodbye again. See everybody. Have a wonderful day, and talk to you tomorrow.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25